What's going on, guys? It's the Club of the Main Night Channel 3 coming at you for another live review for NXT. This week, I'm going to be reviewing the September 20th edition of NXT that took place, of course, at Full Sail University, and just going to review the matches and segments of what happened in tonight's episode. For the most part, this was a solid episode of NXT. Wasn't the strongest I've seen lately, but it was still a good episode. To me, it was in terms of, I felt like it was just introducing some more talent, bringing out just some more character development, but nothing like, big astronomical matches or anything like that. The main event was good. I'll give it that, though. But to me, it was just like, it was a bunch of, newer talents that got to, showcase themselves a little bit, felt in this episode, which nothing wrong with it. It just wasn't the strongest episode of NXT I've seen lately, but I still give it a really solid grade as well. I'll get to that towards the end because I did enjoy it, but it felt more like an average episode than like a outstanding episode, if you know what I mean. Let's get to the action here really quick. So we're going to start off with a match with Johnny Gargano taking on Tina Sabatelli with Riddick Moss in his corner. Last week, Gargano took on Moss, and he won in a pretty solid match. And this match was another good match. It was showing that, these guys are still pushing Gargano's buttons. He's still dealing with the aftermath of Tommaso Ciampa turning on him at NXT TakeOver Chicago, and he's just trying to get over. People keep pushing it on him, and you can see at times too. Even during this match, Gargano just continues to show these doubts, but then they fire him up to get him back into the match, making it believable that he is an underdog who he can get pushed around a little bit, but then he's going to come back and strike you if you don't stop. And that's exactly what he did in this match. He brought on the aggressive side. I thought it was more interesting the fact that this week, instead of just pinning Tina Sabatelli, he got Sabatelli to tap out, because last week Riddick Moss escaped from his submission maneuver that he just couldn't believe that he broke out. So this will prove that Gargano is not in a slump or whatnot. He or not, he's not losing his niche with these moves. I liked how it made sense to have Sabatelli tap out to give Gargano the win. More momentum going forward, and we continue to see Johnny Gargano face the aftermath of Tommaso Ciampa turning on him. We also had a backstage segment with Roderick Strong coming in, talking to William Regal that he told Drew McIntyre once he got past Bobby Roode that he wanted to get his shot at the NXT Championship, which Regal made that match official. In 2 weeks, we're going to have a match between Roderick Strong and Drew McIntyre for the NXT Championship, which should be interesting because we all know as Adam Cole, Kyle O'Reilly, and Bobby Fish, who will be talking about them in the main event, or as they have an official name for their team now, the Undisputed Era, which I think works great for them if they're really trying to make themselves be the top guys of NXT to completely take over NXT, be the Undisputed Era. I love it. But, they're going to get involved somehow. And, some people say here and there, Roderick Strong does have a history in ROH as well. So he's pretty familiar with those three boys. So who knows if, what if Roderick somehow gets involved with them as well? It'll be interesting to see. We'll find out, though, in 2 weeks as Drew McIntyre and Roderick Strong will fight for the NXT Championship. We then had a solid match between two contenders from the Mae Young Classic, which I guess are staying on NXT. And, just a way for them to, keep getting to know who they are as well. And as well as the rumors of what's going to happen with the vacated NXT Women's Championship. I don't think it's been announced on NXT. I've heard what it's going to be, but I don't want to say it until it's officially been revealed. But it was against Lacey Evans and Bianca Belair. Another solid match. Felt like watching the Mae Young Classic again. I really like, Lacey Evans and her style as well as Bianca Belair's, who came with the victory. Just a different, unique style she used, especially with using her hair as a weapon. The turning point was where Belair got Evans right in the palm of her hands. Was when she used the hair whip. My goodness, when you hear that, it feels like you're actually an actual whip just smacking him. She really uses the hair to the advantage, and she was able to use that to get her into her finisher as Belair picked up the win to give her some momentum going into the whole thing with the top pictures. I definitely see, both Lacey Evans and Bianca Belair, more so Bianca Belair right now being an eventual NXT Women's Champion. I think they're going to build up to be a great solid heel in the NXT women's division as well. So I look forward to seeing what they do with both of these women as there's some more fresh talent coming in, because Dakota Kai also made her presence known, mentioning that she's here on NXT and she's going to make a statement as well early tonight. And I like what I saw from Dakota Kai in the Mae Young Classic, so I look forward to seeing her in the women's division as well. We didn't have a match. It was pretty much like a revenge match. It was No Way Jose taking on Lars Sullivan after Lars Sullivan attacked him just a couple weeks ago. It was in the NXT in Brooklyn. And, Sullivan, has been the guy, has been building himself as a dominant force. He just beats everybody up, whether it's during a match or after a match, in the ring, outside the ring, whatnot. And it can make him look like this unstoppable monster with the big head and everything, which that big head because he used that headbutt. And he had a pretty good showing tonight as well against No Way Jose. It wasn't anything spectacular, but it was still a good match. I'm very interested to see how they're going to build up Lars Sullivan. Are going to try to make him a dominant monster like they made Samoa Joe and Braun Strowman with one of a roster. This could be another powerhouse, another heavyweight, getting a typical heavyweight, typical heavyweight push. So hopefully we'll maybe see him as an NXT champion someday. Maybe up on the main roster, he'll be solid there as well. But main roster tends to screw people over. But we'll see what happens as Lars Sullivan defeated No Way Jose, and then we had the thing I was most excited for this show. See the shirt? My Aleister Black shirt. If you haven't seen the unboxing video, please check out my Aleister Black unboxing video. That video is sick. I loved it. Aleister Black, of course, came out with his usual entrance in a suit. Looked like a complete badass. And I was very interested to hear what Aleister had to say. It was the first time Aleister has spoken since coming to NXT. And let's get to know Aleister a little bit. It's his dark persona. Why is he here? What does he want? So he came out, and what he said was, it was basic, but it was straight to the point. That he has been on this journey for 15 years. He says he has the scars and such on his body. He says, but I want to forget about, the devil on my back and the heart on my chest. Pretty much he's trying to get to, he wants to eventually make a name for himself in NXT. And then the Velveteen Dream comes out. And he pretty much says, Aleister, I don't see any scars on you. I don't see a man with scars. I see a man who's hurt. Pretty much saying, Aleister always only focuses on, being black and not in the light. And I'm still trying to get to figure out this whole Velveteen Dream character, since he was formerly known as Patrick Clark, and then they have him as the Velveteen Dream. It's like, don't completely dislike the gimmick yet, but I'm still trying to get to know what exactly he's here for. But it eventually did lead to Aleister Black. I'm trying to do a spinning heel kick that Dream backed up to get out of the way, but instead he got hit in the hand, getting the microphone knocked out of his hand. So Aleister Black has sat down doing his pose of, meditation pose, kind of, not completely. And Dream just got in his face and then backed off. So it looks like we're going to eventually, sometime in the next few weeks, get a match between Aleister Black and the Velveteen Dream. Cool by me, whatever. I like how we slowly got to know a little bit more about Aleister Black. He's on the quest for the NXT Championship, and I still think that Adam Cole is probably going to win the title, maybe at Houston, probably, where we have Aleister Black and Adam Cole for the NXT Championship at NXT TakeOver New Orleans next year. That show is going to be phenomenal. They have that. They have Gargano and Ciampa face off in the match, which could very well main event because nothing's going to be better than that. What else could we have by then? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, though. But the future is very bright for NXT. And then we had this main event. It was the Undisputed Era's Kyle O'Reilly and Bobby Fish taking on the team of Tyler Bate and Trent Seven, two guys who are in the United Kingdom Classic, and the former United Kingdom champion himself, Tyler Bate. I thought this was a solid match. It wasn't like, anything like, like best match of the year candidate or anything like that. But I still thought what we got was a really solid match. I felt that the purpose of this match was to help introduce us more and see, get Bobby Fish and Kyle O'Reilly in action. You know, Adam Cole on the sidelines, you know, trying to distract the ref. You know, typical heel tactics to work together as a team, getting one of them out of the way. I believe they got Tyler Bate like run down outside the ring, and it eventually did set up, you know, Fish and O'Reilly just to, you know, rip Tread 7 to shreds. They eventually hit him with the high-low move. It kind of looks like the Death Valley or whatever the heck they called that finisher for the Ascension before they were jobbers for life. And they got the win. Like I said, it was a great match, but it was more than a match. I felt like it was just trying to introduce you a little more to see what Fish and O'Reilly can offer in the ring. I'm sure eventually we will get to see Adam Cole in action as well on NXT. But yeah, I mean, pretty quick review here. Again, it was a good show. Don't get me wrong. I gave the show a B- for a grade, but it was more of like a show that's like it allowed us to get to know some more characters. It wasn't anything like, you know, astronomically awesome, but it wasn't like a complete average show. It was an above average show, I felt, and it was good. It wasn't like just satisfactory. It was a good show. So I give it a B- for tonight's episode of NXT. So what are your thoughts on NXT? Leave your thoughts down in the comment section below. And please click like and subscribe for more content to come on this channel. I will be posting another video tomorrow, a special video, about me talking about, I'm trying to get my thoughts here still up, but I want to kind of talk about why heel champions specifically seem to be booked poorly these days. I will talk about that tomorrow. And again, if you don't watch my my video game Let's Plays, I'm taking a break from those since I just finished Coming to the Storm, since I'm going to be very busy over the next month with stuff going on in my personal life with my work schedule and such. I'm still going to be doing, you know, these live reviews, and I'll be doing my TLC match card and NXT TakeOver Houston match card. I'll be doing that sometime over the next couple weeks. But I'm definitely going to be sticking to just these, like, you know, live review videos and such, cutting back a little bit. Oh, and for next week as well, I'm going to be doing No Mercy review on Sunday if I do not do one with my Horseman brothers. If I'm not, I'm going to do a review by myself on Sunday after the show. And I'll be Raw, SmackDown, NXT. Hopefully do my TLC card next week, but we'll see what happens. But yes, that is it, guys. Again, also stay tuned as I will be starting my WrestleMania Retro Review Series as well. And just stay tuned for that as well. Please follow me on Twitter, also at the Man Airboy 93. And with that, I am out of here. So until then, guys, have a great night.